Welcome to Malta. Hi, my name is Steve. I'm a 58-year-old guy, 6'5", around 250 pounds, who loves getting out on the bike and going cycling. Well, that and eating lots of baked goods. If you're interested in seeing what Malta looks like from the back of a road bike ridden by some spandex-wearing old dude, sit back and relax. This is ride 332. Today is Saturday, May 25th, 2024. I took yesterday off from cycling and just hung out in Mosta. I did something touristy and visited the rotunda. So after that nice break, I'm off today for a long ride around the north coast of the island to Malta's capital city, Valletta. And as you might expect, it's another hot day and I have a 32-kilometer wind. Well, at least the wind might help cool me down a bit. Here is my Strava route map for this ride. In my last ride, I rode out to Bugiba and then turned west. For this ride, I'm again going to ride north to Bugiba, but instead I'm going to turn east and ride along the coast. I should pass through the tourist areas of St. Julian's Bay and Selena before finally arriving at Valletta. Since much of Malta's population resides in the north and northeast parts of the island, I do expect to encounter a lot of traffic on this ride. But I have been steadily building up to this ride and hopefully everything will go all right. Now, if you are like me, you probably don't know a lot about Malta. I had never thought about visiting the island before, and until a couple of days before I arrived here, I knew very little about the country. Of course, with help from the internet, I quickly learned a few things about Malta. Malta has been inhabited for over 8,000 years and ruled by many powers, including among others the Phoenicians, the Carthaginians, the Romans, and most recently, the British. Around 870, an Arab army invaded and destroyed most of the important buildings on the island and left it nearly uninhabited. Over the following 350 years, control of the island passed through various hands until ending up under control of the Holy Roman Empire. That led to the expulsion of all Muslim inhabitants. In 1530, control over the island was given to the Knights Hospitaller under a perpetual lease. That order of knights eventually became the Order of St. John, and then finally the Knights of Malta. In 1565, the Ottoman Empire laid siege to the country, and the Knights of Malta helped repel the invaders. At that time, Malta's main fortification was located in Pembroke, a fortified city located east across the harbor from Valletta. After the invaders were repelled, the Maltese government founded the city of Valletta, named after the then leader of the Knights of Malta. In 1798, on his way to conquering Egypt, Napoleon captured the island. However, French rule turned out to be very unpopular, and with a short time, the British took control. During the Second World War, Britain maintained both naval and air bases on the island, which were used to attack both German and Italian forces in the Mediterranean. The island was frequently attacked, and the Axis powers flew around 3,000 bombing raids and dropped approximately 6,700 tons of bombs on Valletta's Grand Harbor alone. In 1940, most of Malta's then 250,000 population lived within a few kilometers of the Grand Harbor. I expect to ride around the Grand Harbor today. After the war, Britain helped rebuild the country, and on September 21st, 1964, Malta finally gained its independence. You can see the salt pans in Selena Bay. In the 17th century, the Knights of Malta built a series of watchtowers around the island. 24 watchtowers remain standing. You can see the Madliena Tower off in the distance. Over the years, those watchtowers were upgraded, and in the late 1800s, the British built up the Madliena Tower and outfitted it with artillery. The towers were used to defend the island during World War II. However, as I understand, a lot of those towers are now in quite poor shape. According to my map, this road runs along the water and it should let me get up the hill into Pembroke. This road does not look very good. I saw that fellow trudging along and asked whether I'd be able to get through. Is this a dead-end road or can you get out this way?
You eventually can get out. You can pass through there and you'll come up to the village over here.
Oh, okay. I think I actually destroyed my cleats walking over that path. But I didn't realize that until I got back to Vancouver and went out for my first ride and couldn't clip into my pedals. I looked up that hill and I really didn't like what I saw. Those buildings kind of creeped me out. I had a dreadful feeling I might end up an involuntary organ donor. But without much other option, I climbed the path. Well, I survived all that, which is good, I guess. So I may just as well carry on. This is St. George's Bay, and the road leads directly from here to St. Julian's, which I understand is where many tourists head to. Before coming to Malta, I considered booking a hotel in St. Julian's. As I understand from the people I'm staying with, St. Julian's has undergone significant development over the last few years. It is definitely very different from Mosta and the southern cities I've seen. When I first got to Malta, Andreas drove me over to St. Julian's so I could go to my mom's hotel and retrieve her luggage. So I did have some idea what that area looked like and what I'd be facing today. Though it was late in the evening when we went there, and I expect a lot more traffic during the day. This looked like a dead end, so I just turned around and went back. Okay, now I'm off to Selena. I must say that my experience cycling in Naples last year is really helping me here. As I learned in Naples, if you want space on the road, you just have to take it and not be timid. I was feeling hot and tired and decided to stop for some refreshments. I saw the Compass Lounge on my left and I figured that'd be a good place to have some lunch. I ordered a Coke and a mango smoothie. As I was slowly cycling back towards the road, I saw people suntanning on the rocks below, so I stopped to check that out. Those are the Roman baths carved into the stone. Although called the Roman baths, they were apparently created during Victorian times. My next stop should be Valletta. You can see the city across the harbor. What I didn't realize as I rode along here, there's an island fortress, Fort Manuel, located in the bay. Apparently the fortress is pretty run down and it's now closed for repairs. Ah, just what I need. A climb up a busy, narrow road. You get a good view of Fort Manuel from up here. So the Grand Harbor is on my left. Across the Grand Harbor are what's commonly referred to as the Three Cities. These fortified cities played a significant role defending Malta in the Great Siege of 1565. I was hoping to visit the Three Cities on this ride, but unfortunately, due to time constraints, I did not make it there. I think my rear brake pads are worn out. When I squeeze the brake lever, I can hear what sounds like metal on metal. That isn't good. I headed into a newer part of the city, hoping to find some place I could sit down and have a Coke. It is really hot out here, and that heat is killing me. I didn't find anywhere to grab a drink, so I turned around and rode back up the hill towards Valletta. I'm sure there's a lot more there to see yet. Okay, I'm not sure what Mickey has to do with Valletta, but the kids sure love him. I thought about riding down that hill, but I didn't want to think about having to climb back up. That was very steep. I finally found a nice park to sit down and enjoy a rest. I got a shaded table and had some Coke and water. I checked the map before heading out. It's getting late in the afternoon, and I do need to get back to Mosta to get cleaned up before I head out to the hospital to see my mum. The route out of here is a little tricky. At the bottom of the hill, I need to make a right turn from a 3-lane busy road. Turning left there is easy. Turning right means having to cross through potentially quick moving traffic, and I'm not too thrilled about that. Though I did start out in the middle lane, when I couldn't see my turn, I got a little concerned and moved to the left lane. Then I saw my turn, so I started crossing through traffic.
Fuck off!
I think I might have cut some driver off a bit, though I did signal my intentions. He wasn't very happy, and we exchanged a few pleasantries. This is not really the type of road I want to ride on, but I don't have much choice. It was the quickest route west from where I was. At least there is some shoulder here and there to ride on. And the road really isn't all that busy, so drivers do have a lot of room to pass by. One thing I've learned here, it's generally fine to ride on sidewalks on an incline. It is, however, a bad idea to ride on a sidewalk on a descent. Sidewalks can narrow or end suddenly and throw you right out into traffic. And that's not good. I think I was so comfortable by this time riding through this neighborhood back to the rotunda that my brain probably just shut off for a few moments, and all of a sudden I was in some new part of town and quite lost. Of course, I am quite used to getting lost here. But I did manage to find my way out of the maze and back to where I wanted to be. As usual, I stopped at Alwan Lebanese restaurant after my ride for a tall Chisk beer. The rotunda's bells were ringing, and as I sat there, I saw several young children pass by, all dressed in white. I thought they were probably heading to a wedding or something. Though this was a very hot day and I'm tired, I enjoyed this ride. I got in 62 kilometers and 615 meters of climbing. Now, I just want to sleep, but I need to get cleaned up and off to the hospital to see my mum. I will return to Alwan Lebanese restaurant later for dinner though. I need my daily fix of Aleppo chicken. Perhaps you can imagine my surprise when I came around the corner and saw that large procession of children walking towards the rotunda. I don't know what this is all about, but I don't think it's a wedding.